Okay, my dear students, today we discuss the Grand Test 3 physics paper discussion. Right? Let me start with the first question. What is the first question here? The value of acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second. Its value in kilometer per minute square will be, means that is asking in kilometer per minute square. Now how to change this value? Here that is the acceleration due to gravity is given, g is equal to 9.8, g equal to 9.8 meter per second square. That is the g value is given 9.8 meter per second square. That is converted into kilometer per meter inverse. How to convert this one? G equal to 9.8. This value is there. 9.8 meter per second square. So first of all, I am taking as a 1 kilometer is equal to 10 power of 3 meters, 1000 meters. Means 1 meter is equal to 10 power of minus 3 kilometers. Now meters we are changing into kilometers like this. Now what is here? 1 minute. 1 minute is equal to how many seconds here? 60 seconds. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Now what will be there here? 1 second is equal to 1 by 60 minute. Means in the place of the second we have to write the 1 by 60 minute. In the place of the meter we have to write the 10 power of minus 3 kilometer. Now the value changes as 9.8 into 1 meter. In the place of the meter I am writing as a 10 power of minus 3 kilometer by second. In the place of the 1 second nothing but a second. 1 meter nothing but a meter. 1 second is equal to 1 by 60 meter. 1 by 60 meter means what is I am writing here? 1 by 60 minutes square. Now when calculating this one value we can get the near about value is equal to 35.3. Now we are getting near about value is equal to 35.3 kilometer per minute square, or this can be written as g is equal to 35.3 kilometer meter inverse meter whole power of minus 2. We are writing here. This is the value 35.3 kilometer and meter inverse meter power of minus 2. We are writing, or simply we are saying that kilometer per minute square. So that is we are converted into minutes. Right, which option is correct here? A option is correct. Next we come to the question number 2. Here listen here, two vectors can yield a vector which is perpendicular to either of them when they are, means two vectors. Suppose we are taking here, this is the, we know that here C is equal to the vector C bar is equal to A bar comma B bar. Now when multiplying with A bar and B bar we are resulted with C bar. This C bar is perpendicular to the vectors, the plane containing the vectors A bar and B bar. Suppose one plane is having the two vectors A bar and B bar. The cross product of these two is we are getting the resultant vector. That resultant vector is always perpendicular to the plane containing the vectors what is the A bar and B bar. So what is your question? Two vectors can yield a vector which is perpendicular to either of them when they are. Here means the resultant vector is perpendicular to the plane. When it is perpendicular to the plane, when the two vectors are multiplied or subtracted or added or divided is given. Means when the two vectors are A bar and B bar is multiplied, what is getting the resultant vector? That resultant vector is perpendicular to the plane containing the two vectors. Means in order to get the perpendicular vector, here two vectors can be what is here multiplied. So which option is correct here? A option is the correct. Next we come to the third question. What is the third question here? Two bodies of masses m1 and m2 are left to fall freely from heights h1 and h2 respectively. The ratio of time taken by the bodies to fall through these heights, means ratio of the time is asking here. This is the two bodies freely falling is there. Now generally s is equal to ut plus of at square. Freely falling means what will take here? Here initial velocity is taken as a 0 for the two bodies. Now two bodies initial velocities are 0. First body is travel the height or travel the distance is h1. Second body is travel the distance is h2. Height is given, means distance is given. Now what is there for the first body? I am writing here h1 is equal to initial velocity 0, 0 into t is 0. Now half into gt square. Free falling means in the place of the a I am taken as the g. Here time taken I am considered as the t1 for the first body. For the second body similarly we have to write h2 is equal to half into g into t2 square. T2 square. Now the ratio is asking. The ratio is asking means so time ratio is asking. Time ratio is asking means simply we can do here. This is considered as the equation number 1, equation 2. Now equation 1 divided with equation 2. What is we are getting here? h1 by h2 is equal to what is we are getting here? Half into g into t1 square by half into g into t2 square. We are getting here half of cancel, g also cancel. What is we are getting here from this? h1 by h2 is equal to t1 square by t2 square. h1 by h2 is equal to t1 square by t2 square. From this we are getting here t1 square by t2 square is equal to h1 by h2. Now t1 by t2, the ratio of the time t1 by t2 is equal to under root of h1 by h2. Means here which option is correct here? h1 by here under root of h1 by h2 means here C option is correct here. Right. Next we go to the fourth question. What is the fourth question? The displacement y of a body varies with the time. Second is given. The displacement is given. The body come to rest in a time. Means the displacement is what is the given here in the problem. That is the y is equal to the displacement is minus 2 by 3 t square. Minus 2 by 3 t square plus 16 t plus 2. This is a given displacement. We find the first of all velocity v equal to here what is here dy by dt. Here differentiating with respect to t means what is we are getting here 2 by 3 t square differentiation is 2t plus 16 into t differentiation is 1. 2 is a constant. Constant differentiation is 0. Now what is we are getting here? V is equal to here minus 4 by 3. 2 to the 4 by 3 t plus 16. But here 16 plus 0 is 0. The body come to rest. Come to rest means velocity is 0. V equal to 0. When v equal to 0, what is we are getting here? Minus 4 by 3 plus 16 we are getting here. Now from this we can take the value here 16 taking here minus 16 is equal to minus 4 by 3 into t. Here minus minus cancel. 4 ones are 4 fours are. Multiply the cross here. T is equal to how many seconds here? 12 seconds. In the 12 seconds the body is come to the rest. So which option is correct here? C option is correct. Next we go to the here fifth question. What is the fifth question? See here. A boat is sent across a river with a velocity 8 km per hour. If the resultant velocity of boat is 10 km per hour, then velocity of river is asking here. Now we know that here in the boat problem, this is the here velocity of the boat. Now what is here? This is the what is the velocity of river. Now what is here? This is the velocity of river. This is the velocity of boat. This is the resultant. Resultant means velocity of the boat with respect to river. Now that is called as the resultant. The resultant velocity of boat is here. This is given as the 10 km per hour given. Now what is the v? Now what is the given here? Boat is sent into the river. Boat velocity also given in the problem. That is how much given? 8 km per hour is given. This is 8 km. We have to find the VR. VR means to use the here. This is a Pythagoras theorem or rectangle. The rectangle we are writing here simply VBR square is equal to here. This is a hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. Now VB square plus VR square. What is the required here? VR square is required. So VR square is equal to VB square square VBR square minus VB square. Now VR square is equal to VBR. VBR is equal to what is here? 10 square minus VB square. VB square is equal to 8 square. Now what is here? VR square is equal to 100 minus 64 is equal to 36. Now VR is equal to under root of 36. Under root of 36 means how many kilometer per hour here? 6 kilometer per hour. Now which option is correct here? B option is correct. This is the question number 5. Next we come to the question number 6. A particle has been projected with a speed of 20 meters per second at an angle of 30 degrees with the horizontal. Here 30 degrees is there. 30 degrees with the horizontal. The time taken when the velocity vector becomes perpendicular to the initial velocity vector. Now first initial velocity vector I am writing here. How to write the initial velocity vector? Here is the projectile motion. Here angle is 30 degrees is given. Means what is I am writing? Initial velocity is equal to u cos. Initial velocity u cos. This is the initial velocity 20 meter per second with the 30 degrees. Means this is I am writing here 20 cos 30 into I cap plus 20 sin 30 into j cap. This is the x component. This is the y component. When the vector is divided into the two components. This is along the x-axis. This is along the y-axis. Now we are writing final velocity. Final velocity how can write here? Horizontal component cannot be changes. It is as the same. But vertical component we know that here v is equal to formula u plus at. Now v is equal to initial velocity in the vertical component. Initial velocity is how much here? 20 sin 30. In the place of the a I am writing as a g. It is going into the upward direction minus c. Means we are final velocity of y component. What is we are getting here? 20 sin 30 minus of gt. Now what is here? 20 sin 30 degrees minus gt into j cap. This is the here what is here? Y component. This is the x component. This is the y component. Here initially velocity of x component, initial velocity of y component. This is the final velocity of x component. Here final velocity of y component. But here x component cannot be changes in the projectile motion. We know that is. Now what is here given? Now the time taken by the velocity vector becomes perpendicular to the initial velocity. Means here this is the v bar and u bar. Now v bar dot u bar is equal to 0. Perpendicular means the dot product of these two is 0. Now when the dot product of these two is 0, now v bar dot u bar is equal to 0 means what is here? 20 cos 30 I cap plus 20 sin 30 minus gt into what will be here? J cap into j cap. What is here? 20 sin 30 into j cap. Here this is what is here? Totally this is perpendicular to. Now what is here? This one perpendicular to this one means 20 cos dot here 20 cos 30 into I cap plus 20 sin 30 into j cap. Right here dot product value is equal to we know that here 0. Now what is here? I cap dot I cap is equal to 1 means what is we are getting here? 20 square cos square 30 plus this is also dot product j cap and j cap is 1. Now what is we are getting here? 20 sin 30 minus gt into 20 sin 30. Right. Now what is we are getting here? This is 400 cos 30. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2 means 3 by 4. Now plus here 20 sin 30. 20 into 1 by 2 minus gt. Here 20 into 1 by 2. That value equal to what will be here? 0. Now what is we are getting here? This is a 100. Now what is we are getting here? 300 plus. Here this is a 10. This is also 10. Now multiply this one. 10 is 100 minus of 10 gt equal to 0. Now this is value is equal to we have g value also we can substitute here. This is 400 minus of 10 10 into 10 into t equal to 0. Now 400 minus 100 t equal to 0. From this we are getting t value is equal to 4 seconds. Total this time taken is 4 seconds. But we find the time of flight here. 2u sin theta by g. This is the formula for time of flight. Now what is the time of flight is equal to 2 into initial velocity. Initial velocity is 20. Here sin 30 degrees by 10. 10 ones are 10 twos are. Now t is equal to 4 into 1 by 2. 4 into 1 by 2 is equal to 2 seconds. But here time is a very larger than the time of flight. That's the reason here this case is not possible. The time taken when the velocity vector becomes to be perpendicular to initial velocity vector is not possible. Why not possible? The time of flight is smaller than the time taken. That's the reason this is not possible in this case. Right? Which option is correct here? D option is correct. Next, we go through the 7th question. Now listen here. According to Newton's first law of motion, force is necessary. We know that already in the force. What is the force here? Force can be changes the magnitude, direction of the velocity. That's the reason it can be changes the magnitude and direction of velocity. Here which option is correct here? C option is correct because it can, according to the Newton's first law, the force can be changes the magnitude and direction of the velocity. So C option is correct. Next we go to the question number 8. See here. Of the following sets of concrete forces, the one of which may be equilibrium. When it will be equilibrium? Here condition is listen. Here equilibrium means the resultant of two smaller vectors is always larger than the third vector. Then the vectors are in equilibrium. Here observe here. Smaller 3 plus 4. Here 3 is the smaller, 4 is smaller, 5 is bigger. 3 plus 4. Now in the first one observe here. 3 plus 1. Here 4. This is a smaller vector. Smaller vectors 3 and 1 will be there. The sum we have taken here 4. Now this is the what is here? It is not larger than the. It is smaller than the 5. So first option is wrong. Now see the second option. Now smaller vector 3 plus 5. Here 3 and 5 are the smaller compared to 9. 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. 8 is smaller than the 9. So second option also wrong. See the third option. 3 plus smaller vector 3 and 5. 3 plus 5 equal to 8. But 3 is equal to 6. Means the resultant of these two vectors is larger than the 6 Newton. That's the reason which option is correct here? C option is correct. But in observing the fourth option also. Here 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. 8 is what is here smaller than the 15. That's the reason here this option is wrong. Here this option is right. Why means smaller vectors adding 3 plus 5. When the smaller vector 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. This 3 plus 5 is equal to 8 is what will be there here? Larger than the third vector. Larger than the sum of the two smaller vectors is larger than the third vector. Then the three forces are in equilibrium. That's the reason which satisfy the condition here. C will be satisfy the condition. That's the reason C option is right. Remaining options are not satisfied. They are the wrong. Right. This is the 8th question. Next 9th question. See here. Now, a uniform chain of length 2 meter is kept on a table such that length of 60 centimeter is hangs freely from the edge of the table. The total mass of the chain is 4 kg. What is the work done pulling the entire chain on the table? Listen, in this question what we have to make here, how much mass of the hanging, that is we have to find here first of all. Now, here this is what is here, how much hanging mass, how much mass is hanging, that will be we have to find here. Then how to be find here, the total mass of the chain is 4, total length is 2 meters. Now we multiply with what is here chain, how much total length here, 60 centimeter, 60 into 10 power of minus 2. Now 2 2's are cancelled, that is 120 into 10 power of minus 2. 120 into 10 power of minus 2 means this is what is 1.2 meters. This 1.2 kg. This is a angular mass. Now that is the now next to find out what is the center of mass. Center of mass of the what is the chain we have to find the chain center of mass we have to find here, that is height. Height is equal to we have to find here center of mass means the length is 60 centimeters is 9, so 60 by 2 centimeters means how many centimeters here, 30 centimeters. 30 centimeter means we are getting here 0.3 meters. This is a hanged height, that is our height. This is what is here the distance of the center of mass, which is equal to 0.3 meters. Now we know that here work done formula W is equal to mgh. Now the mass of the hanged body is 1.2, g is the 10 into 0.3, h is the 0.3. This is the distance of the center of mass. Now what is we are getting here, this is the 1.2 into 3, how many joules we are getting here, 3.6 joules. Which option is correct here, B option is correct. Right, first we find the hanging mass. From this next to find the center of mass of the distance. Here we will use the work done formula, W is equal to mgh. From this we are getting 3.6 joules. Next we move through the question number 10. Now a body is constrained to move in y direction is subjected to force F is equal to minus 2i plus 15j plus 610 Newton. What is the work done by the force in moving the body to a distance of 10 meter along the y direction? Along the y direction is observed here. Now work done along the y direction means we can consider only which component here, the force we can take the y component only. Y component to force only we can take here. So the work done can be written as a force into displacement. Work done W is equal to formula F into S. Now what is here, work done is equal to W is equal to force component along the y axis. This is along the x axis, this is along the y axis, this is along the z axis. Along the x axis what will be there here, 15. The displacement is how much is there, 10 meters. Now what is the work done value is equal to 150 joules. Suppose along the x axis they are asking means we can consider the x component. Along the y axis means we can take the which component here. Along the z axis means we can take the z component. Along the y axis means y component. Now what is the answer here, 150 joules here. Which option is correct here, B option is correct. Next we move to the question number 11. A bomb is traveling in a parabolic path, explodes in mid-air. The center of mass of the fragments will be. Now we know that this is based on the center of mass. The center of mass of the here what is there, when the explodes means it is divided into some fragments. The center of mass of the fragments cannot be changes. The center of mass cannot of the fragments cannot be changes means the bomb is following the parabolic path means the fragments also following the parabolic path. Moving in parabolic path, the unexploded bomb would have also traveled because of the center of mass of the fragments cannot be changes. That is the bomb is moving in the parabolic path means that is what will be here. The fragments also moving in the parabolic path without changing. Its direction also it can be same in the direction of the bomb, they can be moved. Right. That is which option is correct here? D option is correct. Next we go to the question number 12. When the sphere rolls without slipping, the ratio of kinetic energy of translation to its total kinetic energy. Now translational kinetic energy by total kinetic energy. Translational kinetic energy by total kinetic energy means K translation by K translational plus K rotational. Total kinetic energy is due to translational and rotational. So what is our writing here? KT by K capital T is asking in the question. The translational kinetic energy formula of mv square. Here translational kinetic energy is of mv square plus rotational kinetic energy formula of I omega square. Now here from this we can calculate here of mv square by of mv square plus here 1 by 2 into this is what is that sphere. Sphere moment of inertia is 2 by 5 mr square. Now this is what is here angular velocity. Angular velocity can be written as v square by r square. This r square is cancelled. Now what is we are getting here? This is we are getting as a 1 by 2 mv square by 1 by 2 mv square plus this 2 to also getting cancelled. Now what is we are getting here? 1 by 5 mv square. Now we can calculate here. Now k translational by k total can be written as the, this is of mv square. Here mv square take the common. The remaining is 1 by 2 plus 1 by 5. Now what is here? 1 by 2 plus 1 by 5. Now mv square cancel. K translational by k total is equal to half by, this is what is here, 7 by 10. 7 by 10 means, now what is here? Kt by k total is equal to, k translation by k total is equal to 1 by 2 into 10 by 7. Now 2 5s are, now what is here? 5 by 7. 5 by 7 means 5 is to 7. 5 is to 7 means which option is correct here? D option is correct. Next we move to the question number 13. What is the question number? The escape velocity from the surface of the earth is v. The escape velocity of the surface of the planet whose mass and radius are 3 times of the earth. Now, that is escape velocity. We know that formula under top 2g re. R is the radius of the earth. Now v is equal to under root of 2 into g me by re square into re. This is the g value. Now re getting cancelled. V is equal to under root of 2 g me by re. This is we are changing as the escape velocity formula. Now this is the escape velocity of the, what is here? Earth. Now escape velocity of planet is asking here. Escape velocity of planet can be written as Vp is equal to under root of 2 into g. What is the condition given? Whose mass and radius are 3 times of the mass, 3 times of the earth. Means 3 into me. The mass is 3 times of the earth. Radius also 3 times of the earth. Now what is here? 3 getting cancelled. Now what is getting here? Vp is equal to under root of 2g me by re. You know that already. 2g me by re is equal to v. This is the escape velocity of the earth. So escape velocity of the planet is equal to escape velocity of the earth. So which option is correct here? A option is correct. Next, we go to the question number 14. In missiles launched with a velocity less than the escape velocity, the sum of its kinetic energy and potential energy. Listen here, kinetic energy is positive, but potential energy is negative. But in the less than escape velocity, potential energy is always larger than the kinetic energy, but its value is negative. Means the total energy means kinetic energy positive, potential energy negative. Potential energy value is larger. So the resultant value is also we are getting as what is here? Negative. Why negative? Means potential energy is negative and larger comparison to kinetic energy. When making the sum, we are getting the which value here? Negative value. So which option is correct here? C option is correct. Young modulus of the perfect rigid body. For the perfect rigid body, we are applying the force. When applying the force, here what is cannot be changes here? Shape cannot be changes. Shape cannot be changes means that is the, what is here? This is the options are changed here. This is the B, this is the C is there. Now what is the Young modulus of a perfect rigid body? Here we are applying the force. This is shape cannot be changes. When shape cannot be changes means the Young modulus value equal to be what is here? 0. So which option is correct here? C option is correct. That is we are getting 0 value. A thick uniform rubber rope having the density and echo modulus, and this is the length is 8 meter. When hanged from the ceiling of a room, the increasing in the length of the rope due to its own weight will be. Now what is the density is given? How to solve this problem when the density is given? Now Young modulus formula, force by area, F by A into stress by strain, change in the length by original length. Now, here the increasing in the length, delta L is asking in the problem. So, y is equal to F by A into L by delta L. So y is equal to F L by A into delta L. Delta L is asking. Delta L is equal to F into L by A into y. Now what is the values given in terms of the density? So how to solve this one? Delta L is equal to mass into acceleration. F is equal to ma into L by A into y. Now delta L is equal to mass into acceleration. Mass can be written as a density into volume into acceleration. In the place of the A, I am writing as a g. G into L by A into y. Now delta L is equal to can be written as change in the length can be written as now rho into volume can be written as area into length into g into L by A into y. Now A what is here getting cancelled. Now delta L is equal to rho L square g by y. Now here we substitute all the values here. Now delta L is equal to density given here 1.5 gram per centimeter cube. Gram per centimeter cube means grams also we can change here. First of all density can be changed 1.5 gram per centimeter cube. Gram per centimeter cube means grams are converting into kg, 10 power of minus 3 kg. That is a centimeter cube. 10 power of 1 centimeter is equal to 10 power of minus 2 meter. 10 power of minus 2 whole cube is equal to 10 power of minus 8. That is converted into kilogram per meter cube. Means what is we are getting here 1.5 into 10 power of 5 kg per meter cube. That is kg. It is converted into kg. Density. Now what we have to find here? Delta L is equal to density. Density value is equal to 1.5 into 10 power of 5. Here this is a 10 power of minus 2 whole cube. 10 power of minus 2 whole cube means 10 power of 6. 10 power of 6 means taking into numerator 10 power of 3. 10 power of minus 2 whole cube, 10 power of 3 we are getting. 10 power of 3 means this is what is here 10 power of 3. Now this is the density. Length value. Length is equal to 8 meter into 8 square. Now g value is equal to 10. Why? Young modulus. Young modulus also given here. 5 into 10 power of 6. In calculating this one value, we can get the value delta L is equal to 19.2 into 10 power of minus 2 meters. Here which option is correct here? B option is correct. Right. This is the centimeter cube means 1 centimeter is equal to 10 power of minus 2 meters. 10 power of minus 2 meter whole cube is equal to 10 power of minus 6 meter cube. Here we can see here. Right. That is the delta L is equal to 19.2 into 10 power of minus 2 meters. B option is correct. Next we go to the question number 70. The volume of the balloon filled with the hydrogen gas which will be sufficient to lift a load of 24 kg in A. How to solve this problem? Listen here. First, upward thrust is equal to thrust acting in the upward direction is equal to. Now this is what is the weight of downward, weight of hydrogen plus load. Load is how much here? 24 kg of load. Now here upward thrust can be written as a, this is in the air, that is I am writing as a, here thrust nothing but a force. Force can be written as a mass into acceleration. Mass can be written as here F is equal to ma or mg. Now mass can be written as rho vg. Mass is equal to density into volume. Now so what is I am writing here? Rho A into volume into g is equal to weight. Weight also can be written as weight as nothing but mg. So this can be written as rho hydrogen into v into g plus load can be written as mg. Now here what is asking? The volume is asking here. Now the volume of the balloon is asking. V is asking here. V is asking means so from this we can find the V value. Here g getting cancelled. Remaining is rho air V is equal to rho hydrogen into V plus m. Now what is here? Volume is required. So taking this side, volume is taking common. Rho air minus rho hydrogen is equal to m. Now V is equal to m by rho air minus rho hydrogen. Now m value is equal to given as a 24 kg already given in the problem. That is the 24 kg that is converted into grams first of all, because this is in the given in the gram here. 24 into 10 power of 3 gram by. Now rho air is equal to what is here 0.00129 minus of rho hydrogen 0.0009. Now when calculating this one value, we are getting here 20 liter cube. Now which option is correct here? A option is correct. Next we go to the question number 18. Now a stone of relative density A is released from the rest on the surface of a lake. Its viscous effects are ignored. The stone sinks in water with acceleration of. Now we can find the net force acting on the stone is equal to, can be written as sigma Vg minus rho Vg. Now we are acceleration is asking here. Now mg is equal to, can be written as a sigma Vg taking common. Remaining is here 1 minus rho Vg by sigma Vg. Here V G cancel. Now mg is equal to sigma Vg into 1 minus rho by sigma. Now this is a relative density. How relative density? Here sigma by rho is equal to k, relative density. Now what is here? Now rho by sigma is equal to what we are getting here? 1 by k. So here this is 1 by k we are getting here. So I am writing as a mg is equal to sigma Vg into 1 minus 1 by k. Here Gg also cancel. The mass also can be written as, this is I am writing as a m is equal to, here this is a sigma v can be written as a mass. The acceleration, which is asking an acceleration, this is I am taken as a a. Acceleration a is there. Now acceleration is asking in the problem here. So acceleration is asking me. So now this is a, what is the acceleration value? You can see here. This is sigma into v can be written as a mass. Here density into value can be written as a mass into g into 1 minus 1 by k. Now mass is cancelled. Now acceleration a equal to g into 1 minus 1 by k. This is what is asking here. The stone sinks in a with the acceleration. The net force acting on the stone is f. So acceleration is taken as a not g here. A we can take. So we are getting here a equal to g into what is here 1 g into 1 minus 1 by k. Which option is correct here? C option is correct. Next we come to the 19th question. Here small mistake is done here. This is 40 is required. Now here 10 is required. 10 centigrade, 40 centigrade. Now the Fahrenheit and Celsius scales are aggregate reading of same. Now we see relation is C by 100 is equal to F minus 32 by 180. That is the relation between Celsius and Fahrenheit. Here both are the same, means C equal to F equal to we are considered as a x. Now what is we are getting here? X by 100 is equal to F minus x minus 32 by 180. Now 10 is 5. This is what is here 9. Now 9x is equal to 5x minus 32 into 5. 32 into 5 means 160. We are getting here. Now taking this side, what is here? 4x is equal to minus 160. Means x is equal to 160 by 4 is equal to minus 40 degree centigrade. Means at the, this is nothing but in the centigrade I am writing as a 40 degree centigrade. Minus 40 degree centigrade. In the Fahrenheit, minus 40 degree Fahrenheit. At the minus 40 degree centigrade and minus 40 degree Fahrenheit. At this both the readings are the same. Means here the centigrades are given. So centigrade which is here 40 degree centigrade is correct. That is temperature. Here both readings are the same. Next we move to the question number 20. Two rods of length L1 and L2 are made up of different materials. The coefficient of linear expansions alpha and alpha 2. The difference between the two lengths is independent of temperature. See here, two lengths are independent of temperature. This part is here clearly seen here, independent of the temperature. Now here this one, we are mistakenly given A1 by A2 is there. This is not A1 by A2, alpha 1 by alpha 2. Now this is also alpha 2 by alpha 1. Now this is also alpha 2. This is also alpha 1. This is alpha 1 square, alpha 2 square. Right. Now what is that? The two lengths are independent of the temperature. Then because here expansions are alpha 1 and alpha 2 given, that's the reason here this is the here printing mistake is there. A1 by A2 is taken as alpha 1 by alpha 2. Now what is here? Two lengths is independent of temperature. Independent of temperature means change in the length is the same. Here change in the length of the first rod and change in the length of the second rod is same. Means delta L1 is equal to, we know that change in the length is alpha 1 into L1 into alpha 1. First one is coefficient of linear expansion is alpha 1 into delta T. Second one is delta 2 is equal to L2 into alpha 2 into delta T. Change in the temperature also same. Now independent is there means change in the temperature is same is there. Now what is here? We know that here both are change in the length is independent of the temperature means delta L1 is equal to delta L2. So what is we are getting here? L1 alpha 1 into delta T is equal to L2 alpha 2 into delta T. Here delta T is cancelled. Now L1 by L2 ratio is asking here. L1 by L2 is equal to what we are getting here? L1 by L2 is equal to, we are getting as a alpha 2 by alpha 1. Alpha 2 by alpha 1 means which option is correct here? B option is correct. This is question number 20. Next we go to the question number 21. Now what is the question number 21 here? The change in internal energy of the given mass of gas when the value is changing from V2 to V at constant pressure. Now change in the internal energy. Delta U is equal to NCV dt. This is, we know that here change in the internal energy NCV dt. That is the formula. Now delta U is equal to N into Cv can be written as R by gamma minus 1 into delta T. Now here delta U is equal to NR delta T by gamma minus 1. Now what is here? NR, we know that here P into PV is equal to NRT. P into constant pressure. Now constant pressure is given. Pressure cannot be changed. Volume can be changes. P into delta V is equal to N is a constant, R is a constant. Change in the temperature is delta T. So NR delta T can be written as P delta V. So what is here? Delta U is equal to here P into here what is here getting here? P is equal to change in the pressure. P into delta V by gamma minus 1. But delta V means change in the value. Change in the value means final value means to V, initial value is V. Means delta V is equal to V. So delta U is equal to P into V by what is getting here? Gamma minus 1. Means which option is correct here? PV by gamma minus 1. Here P option is correct. This is question number 21. Next we go to the question number 22. In the thermodynamic process, the temperature of the gas remains constant. The graph that represents the variation of pressure and volume out of the following is. Now what is will be there here? The graph between pressure and volume. P is in the what will be there here? Temperature of the remains constant. Means P is inversely proportional to 1 by V. This is a isothermal process. P is inversely proportional to 1 by V means that is the pressure and volume graph we are drawing here. Pressure and volume. Now pressure and volume graphs are there. P is inversely proportional to 1 by V means here these are inversely proportional means which type of graph is we are getting here? Rectangular parabola. Inversely proportional means rectangular parabola. Which option is correct here? B option is correct. Next question number here the temperature at which the velocity of axis velocity of oxygen will be the half of the hydrogen at NTP. That is asking here. The velocity is equal to, this is oxygen velocity is equal to half of the hydrogen. Now this is I am writing as a under root of 3RD by, now molecular weight of oxygen is equal to under root of, here 1 by 2 is there, 1 by 2 under root of 3RD by molecular weight of hydrogen. Now 3RD getting cancelled. Now what is we are getting, making the square 1 by 3. Yeah, temperature, that is temperature is asking, this is the temperature of oxygen, this is temperature of hydrogen. 3R is getting cancelled. Now what is I am writing, remaining is T oxygen by molecular weight of oxygen is equal to 1 by 4 into T hydrogen by molecular weight of hydrogen. Now what is here? T oxygen we have to find here by molecular weight of the oxygen. Oxygen is a molecular weight. Now oxygen we are taken as a, here this is a 16, molecular weight is a 16 to the 32 is equal to 1 by 4 into T hydrogen by molecular weight of the hydrogen is taken as a, here 1 into 2 we are getting here. Now when this is the T hydrogen at NTP, that is hydrogen is given at, hydrogen temperature is given at the NTP, that is 1 by 4, that is at the NTP, the temperature is taken as a 273 Kelvin, R 0 degrees are 273 Kelvin by 2. When calculating this one, T2 value is equal to, we are getting as a, here what is we are getting here, 1092 Kelvin we are getting, or we are getting as a 819 degrees centigrade. We are not centigrade, 1092, that is in Kelvin, or 819 degrees centigrade. And which option is correct here? B option is correct. Next we go to the question number 24. Now the figure shows the graphs of pressure versus the density of ideal gas at two temperatures of T1 and T2. Now pressure versus what is the density graph? Density for an ideal gas. Ideal gas means PV is equal to, what is the formula? nRT. Now PV is equal to, N can be written as mass by molecular weight into T. Now what is here? P is equal to, this can be written as, here this is volume can be taken here, that is a mass by volume into 1 by m into RT. This is mass is divided with volume. We are getting density into RT by m. Now we are taking here, this is in the form of the, here P is equal to RT by m, means pressure by, here density is equal to RT by m. Now pressure by density is directly proportional to temperature. Means P by rho represents what is there, y component by x component. Y component by x component is a slope. Slope is directly proportional to the temperature. When the slope is larger, temperature is larger. Here slope is nothing but what is here? Slope is nothing but what is here? Tan theta. Here which is having the theta value is larger? Here T1 is larger or T2 is larger? T1 is having the theta value is larger. When the T1 is the theta value is larger, means T1 having the more slope. More slope means it is having the, here more temperature. That's the reason which option is correct here. A option is correct. Slope is, here T1 is having the more slope in comparison to T2. Slope is larger means tan theta is larger. Tan theta is nothing but a slope, means P by rho is larger. P by rho is larger means temperature also larger. When the slope is larger, temperature also larger. Which is having the slope is larger? Here T1 is having the slope is larger. Why slope is larger? Angle is larger. That's the reason we are getting the option is, which option is correct here? A option is the correct. Next we move to the question number 25. A body of executing simple harmonic motion when the displacement from the mean position are 4 cm and 5 cm. Now we know that relation V is equal to omega under root of a square minus x square. This is the A is called as the amplitude. Now velocity, display velocities are given 10. First velocity is 10. V1 I am writing 10 is equal to omega under root of a square. First displacement is 4 cm. Here a square minus of 4 square. First First displacement. Next what is here? Next velocity is 8 is equal to omega under root of a square. The displacement is pi square. Now squaring on both sides these two equations and subtracting. Now what is we are getting here? 100 square. Squaring this one 100 square. This is squaring means 8 square is equal to this is squaring means omega square into a square minus 16 omega square into a square minus 25. Subtracting also. Now 100 square, this is a 10 square. 10 square is equal to 100 square. 10 square is equal to 100. Now what is here? This is 100 minus 64 is equal to 36. 100 minus 64 is equal to 36. Omega square into a square minus 16 a square plus 25. A square getting cancelled. Now 36 is equal to omega square into 25 minus 16 is equal to 9. Now 9 ones are 9 fours are. Now what is we are getting here? Omega square is equal to 4. Omega square is equal to 4 means omega is equal to 2. Omega is equal to what is asking? The time period is asking. Here 2 pi by t is equal to 2. Here 2 getting cancelled. Pi by t is equal to 1. T is equal to how many seconds here? 5 seconds. Which option is correct here? B option is correct. Next we move to the question number 26. A block of wood is moving on horizontal and back and forth in SHM at a frequency of 2 Hz. A coin is placed on the block slips when the amplitude of motion is 5 cm. Then coefficient of static friction between the coin and the block is. Coefficient of static friction is asking here. Now force applied F is equal to friction. Now force or friction is equal to force applied. Now that friction can be written as mu mg is equal to force applied. Force applied in the circular harmonic motion m into maximum acceleration. Now what is here? That is I am taken as a mu mg is equal to m into that is a omega square. A considered as an amplitude. Now what is here? M cancel. Mu g is equal to a omega square. What is asking in the problem? Friction is asking here. Mu is equal to a omega square by g. The frequency in 1 means this is converting into 2 pi mu whole square by g. Now what is here? A into 4 pi square mu square by g. Now amplitude is given. Amplitude is 5 cm. Means 5 into 10 power minus 2. 4 into 3.14 whole square. Now mu value is equal to given. Mu is equal to 2 square. 2 square is equal to 4 by g value equal to 10. In calculating this one value, you can get the 0.806. That is the coefficient of friction. This is question number 26. Next we move to the question number 27. What is the question number 27? The equation of the plane progressive wave is given. That is the we have just small mistake is there in the printing. Now what is written here? Y is equal to 2 sine here 5 pi x minus 0.5 pi t. In the place of the t here x is there. Now what is here? This is comparing with the progressive wave equation a sine omega t minus kx. This is the general equation. Now omega is equal to 5 pi. Now k is equal to 0.5 pi. Now velocity p is equal to omega pi k. Now 5 pi pi 0.5 pi. Now 5 pi cancel. 5 by 0.5 means 5 ones are 5 0.1 the 1 by 0.1. 1 by 0.1 means what is here getting here? This value is equal to 10 meter per second. Which option is correct here? A option is correct. We move to the question number 28. What is the question number 28 here? See here. Now air column in a tube is dipped in a water, vibrates in its frequency mode. Its water is replaced by an oil higher density than frequency. At the open end, the frequency cannot be depends upon the density. That's the reason frequency cannot be depends upon the density means when taking the higher density also frequency cannot be changes. So remains the same. Which option is correct here? C option is correct. Next we come to the question number 29. Here two balls are we are considered. Here two balls is there that is having the charge is q. Now they are hanging from the string threads, silk threads of length L. Now this L is there, length is there. Now the separation between the two balls when equilibrium position is. Separation is how it will be changes with the angle, that is asking me. Here theta is very small. Here angle is theta considered. Now this angle also theta. We know that here this is the theta, means this is the tension. Tension dividing into two components. This is the T cos theta. This is T sin theta. This is the weight mg. This is the force Fe. So what is I am writing here? We know that here Fe is equal to T sin theta. Here this is here. Next what is here? Mg is equal to T cos theta. Now when dividing with equation 1 is dividing with equation 2. Equation 1 by equation 2. What is we are getting here? Fe by mg is equal to, we are getting here tan theta. Now from this Fe is equal to mg tan theta. But tan theta, when theta is very small, tan theta nearly equal to sin theta. Here this separation is x is there. This is x means this is x by 2. This is a length L. Here we have to find the sin theta. Sin theta is equal to opposite side by what is here hypotenuse. What we are getting here x by 2 by L is equal to x by 2L. This is a here tan theta equal to sin theta. This tan theta value. We substitute here. One here Fe value also substitute here. Force between the two charges. Here q square by x square. The separation between these two charges is x is equal to what is we are getting here mg into tan theta is equal to x by 2L. Now here from this we have to observe this one. This x square taking this side, q square by 4 pi epsilon naught is equal to x square taking this side. What is here? mg by 2L. Now x square into x is equal to what will be here? X cube. Means q square. These all are the constant. Means q square is directly proportional to x cube. Now when the q square is directly proportional to x cube, means q is directly proportional to x cube whole power of 1 by 2 means x power of 2 by 3. Means that the charge is equal to r. There is a x is asking here. When the equilibrium proportional to, means the separation is asking. Separation is asking means here x cube is directly proportional to q square. X is proportional to 2 square whole cube. Q square whole power of 1 by 3 means what is we are getting here? X is proportional to q to the power of 2 by 3. Means separation is asking. Charge is asking, in charge we can find. Here separation is asking, in separation we can find here. Now x is proportional to q to the power of 2 by 3. Which option is correct here? B option is correct. Next question number last question in this video. Now 30. The magnitude of the electric field at a point 4 cm away from line charge density. Line charge density means lambda given. Lambda is equal to 2 into 10 power of minus 6 centimeter inverse. That is the line density is given. That is the distance is given. That is r. R is equal to 4 centimeter. 4 into 10 power of minus 2 meters. Now this is 2 into 10 power of minus 6. 4 centimeter is given. That is the centimeter inverse is given. Centimeter inverse means this is here 2 into, this is also put in the centimeter. Finally we can change into meter. Now r is equal to 4 centimeter. Centimeter inverse is given. This can directly we can change here. 2 into 10 power of minus 6 centimeter inverse means 10 power of minus 2. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 power of minus 2 whole power of minus 1. What is we are getting here? Lambda is equal to 2 into 10 power of minus 8 meter inverse. Right. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 power of 2 into minus 1. 2 into minus 1 means plus, means we are getting 4 meter inverse. That is the lambda value. Next what is here? That is the distance is given. R is equal to 4 centimeter. 4 into 10 power of minus 2 meters. Right, this is we are getting here R value. Now electric field due to line of charge E is equal to formula lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught R. R this can be written as E is equal to 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught into lambda by R. But 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is equal to 9 into 10 power of 9. So 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught is equal to 2 into 9 into 10 power of 9. So this is 18 into 10 power of 9. that is 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught. This is 2 taking this side. Now what is here? Substitute this value here. E equal to 18 into 10 power of 9, that is the lambda value. Lambda value is equal to 2 into 10 power of minus 4 by here r value is equal to 4 into 10 power of minus 2. That is 2 ones are 2 twos are 2 ones are 2 nines are. Now what is we are getting here? 9 into 10 power of 9 into here 10 power of minus 4 plus 2 is equal to 2. Here what is we are getting? Here in this option, this is not centimeter inverse. This is the here meter inverse is given 10 power of minus 6 meter inverse. Now this is 10 power of 6 meter inverse. So this is a 10 power of minus 6. Now this is we are getting as a 4. This is wrongly mistakenly given here. This is here coulomb per meter inverse, not centimeter inverse. Coulomb per meter inverse. Here this is coulomb per meter inverse. Here coulomb per meter inverse. Right, not centimeter inverse. That is coulomb per meter inverse. So 10 power of 4 we are getting as a here 9 into 10 power of 9 into 10 power of 4. 10 power of minus 4. This is a 2 plus minus 6 is equal to 10 power of 4. Now E is equal to 9 into 10 power of 5 Newton per coulomb. Right. Here this is not a centimeter inverse. This is a coulomb per meter inverse. Right. This is a coulomb per meter inverse means E value we are getting here 9 into 10 power of 5 Newton per coulomb. Which option is correct here? Fourth option is correct. Right. Next to remaining questions we can discuss in the next video.